You need a release, right? You need to go out. You need to do stuff like this. Friday night comes out. Come on, we're going out. We're going to do stuff. Right? I went out last week to a nightclub. I can't do this anymore. I'm getting way too old for the nightclubs. You know you're old when you walk into a nightclub and you're like, is it loud in here? Why is my hair vibrating? I can't dance anymore. I used to bounce around. I was able to dance. I used to go out in my early 20s. I had my Cavaricis on. Right? I had that belt that shot down. Used to ask girls to dance. That's what we did. We went out dancing. All week long, we practiced at the house. And then Friday night, we tested it out. Guys would have confidence, man. Girls would be hanging out by the bar. Guy would have enough confidence to pick out the one he wanted and ask her to dance. Real cool. We'd come up, he'd be like, hey, how you doing? You want to dance with me? And she'd turn around, she'd be like, yeah, I'll dance with you. She'd turn to her girlfriends, hold my purse, Joanne. And you go out to the dance floor. You wouldn't touch one another. Very respectful. You just watch each other move. You'd be like, yeah. Right? You have that stupid dance face. You'd lean in, you look fantastic. Then you would go to the bar, because that song would come in that nobody could dance to, right? That song would always pop on. Like, I can't dance to this. Can't dance to Whitesnake. Let's go get a drink at the bar. So you would go to the bar. This is where you would have to have a little personality. Flirt with her, right? So I grew up with a bunch of guys. We were all funny. That's all we do. Make fun. Goof around with girls. Make them laugh. Girls would be like, you guys are funny. I'd be like, yeah, I know. You would go in for the kill. You would get the number. Like, why don't you write your number down on a napkin? I'll take you out for steak next week, huh? And you would get the number on a napkin. It was kind of damp. Right? The ink would bleed a little bit. Before you left the club, you had to ask, excuse me, sweetheart, is this a 7? Did you write a 7? But Italians and Jews, very similar, you know. People say, same corporation, different division, all right? We get along. There's an obvious, thing with the religion. I went to my first Passover dinner. That's what she's like, well, my mother's going to have Passover. Okay, we'll go to the dinner. 7:30, we sit down at her mother's house. I'm starving, right? Starving. They start passing out pamphlets, like reading material. I'm like, what's going on? What are we doing here? What's with the... She's like, no, we read for 2 hours. 2 hours? I said, listen, I'm Italian. As soon as I sit at a table, I gotta have bread within 15 seconds of sitting down, all right? I need something to do with my right hand. I need some oil coming out? We got oil? I need oil, now. Hungry. And the food they start bringing out, oh God, terrible, terrible food. Jews have no idea what the hell they're doing in the kitchen. These people have no cuisine. Celery, crackers, jam. I'm like, what is it? We're losing people. People are leaving. We need food. After breakfast, they fall apart, the Jews. After a bagel, cream cheese, lox, where are they going? They got nothing. They have nothing. Has anybody ever said to you, we went to this Jewish restaurant last night? The gefilte, amazing. I respect the Jews, but let's just have the Italians cater the Passover meal, all right? Come on. I could read for a couple of hours with some meatballs on the table. It was time for me to check in, right? Now, the check-in process at the airport, they don't want to look at you, head down, right? No smile, nothing. I feel like I'm working. Right? I feel like I work at United. Hi, how you doing? Right? The only time they get happy is when the bag goes over the weight allowance. They love telling you you're gonna owe extra on this bag. And you know it's heavy. When you're packing it at home, you tell your wife, we're never gonna make it with the, just okay, okay, I'll put it, right? It's so heavy, right? You put it up there, and you know it's heavy, so you kind of try and release it. You do that like kind of soft release, like that's gonna take weight off the bag. And her mood changes. She's like, ooh, I'm sorry. Your bag is 2 pounds over. You're gonna have to take 2 pounds out of your bag. Now, like an idiot, I gotta open up my bag in front of 187 people. I don't know what 2 pounds is. I'm taking out a boot, a sock, toothpaste. Is this 2 pounds? Does anybody know what 2 pounds is? They're gonna charge me an extra $8,000. You think the boot's a half a pound? I go, where do you want me to put this? She's like, put that in your carry-on. I said, it's still going on the plane. What does it matter if it's on top or underneath? The guy behind me's 500 pounds. That doesn't matter? My sock is gonna take the plane into the Pacific, but you prepared for this type of weight? It's a scam. Every part of that airport bothers me. The TSA, the security checkpoint. This is what's guarding our country. Have you seen what's in the blue shirts at O'Hare? Do you feel safe with this type of security? I've been all over the world, Egypt, Lebanon, Beirut. I've been all over. The security in their airports, unbelievable. All military, neat, hats, machine guns. Have you seen our first line of defense? You see the first guy they send out? Take out your laptop! Your liquids, your creams, your gel. Everybody's got something, though. Everybody's trying to teach you something on Facebook. There's always a video, a do-it-yourself video, or a life hack. Some guy 53-year-old guy. Got his own channel. He's in his bathroom with a camera. Once a week, he comes out with an episode. What's up, guys? Welcome to Jim's Corner. Today, I'm going to teach you how to get that last amount of toothpaste out of your toothpaste tube. Simply take a woman's barrette, attach it to the end of the tube. Now, what you want to do is move the toothpaste near the aperture. Some air is going to build up in the tube. Take your scissors and let out the... Go buy another tube, Jim. What are you doing in your bathroom with a bottle of Crest? What are you gonna do? Fight someone nowadays? This is not 20 years ago, where you're at a nightclub and some guy gives you a little... Remember those days? Some guy would just kind of lean his shoulder right into your chest plate. You want some of this? Huh? Hold my cologne. You want to do this? Back then, you got into a fist fight. Maybe you got a black eye. Maybe. That's all people knew how to do, was punch. Now, you don't know what this guy knows with this mixed martial arts, this MMA. This guy will end up on your back with his heels into your nuts, choking you out. How do you defend that? I mean, these MMA guys, that's a different guy. That's a tough man. They don't punch, they'll kick your leg off. They train on banana trees, just kicking down a banana tree. How do you think your leg's gonna hold up? Honest to God, could you withstand a strike to the peroneal nerve from a 23-year-old grown man? I can't. I can't take nothing. I got up last night at 3 o'clock in the morning to go take a piss. I stubbed my toe down for 58 minutes. You ever stub your toe at night? You don't even want to look down. You're like, I know the nail came off. The nail came off and one toe is busted. I just want to take a piss. I'll find the nail in the morning and I'll wipe the blood off the sheets. This is ridiculous. Got the pain. I can't fight an MMA guy. It's a tough guy. It's a tough life. They got a strudel for an ear. What is this? What is that? There's nothing I could do to this guy that hurts more than a strudel hanging off the left side of the cranium. Watch how they come into the ring. They're just stretching out their teeth. Oh my God. If I was an opponent, I'm like, this is it. I'm gonna die tonight. This guy's gonna kill me. Growing up, my mother lived in my room constantly, just looking for shit. My mom knew what I was doing when I was a teenager. She would come downstairs with a towel. She was like, hey, I found this in your room. You're sick. You're sick. You owe me a whole new set of towels. I can't get this out. No son of mine ain't gonna do that in my house. I gotta go to a body shop. You ever go there? Man, they're waiting for you to pull in. What are you gonna do, fix it in your garage? You do body work? I know nobody that does this. I gotta go in. You go to a body shop, everybody comes out. The whole garage. When you pull in, there's got a guy that, hey, we got one. Let's take a look at it. And they swarm the car. They just, I thought I was at a Cirque du Soleil show. They were... Then they call out the head guy. It's the best actor they got. Frankie, you want to take a look at this? As soon as he sees the car, he's like, whoa. Would you get sideswiped by a semi? I said, no, my wife calls this a graze. She says you could get it out with some carnauba wax. I can't open the door, but she says this is a $9 job with some carnauba wax. I can't yell or scream at the house. I have to suppress all my emotion and feeling into my feet, and I don't know who I am anymore. But she just says it's a graze. I don't understand why she didn't see anything. We have sensors and a camera in the vehicle, but of course I couldn't mention that in the heat of the moment, or I'd be sleeping outside on the lawn. So if you could just get out your wax and buff that out, that would be fantastic. So this guy knows he's got me. And he goes into his whole spiel. They always get on one knee. I don't like when they do the one knee job. And then they start talking to themselves. It's a shame. It's a shame. See, if you would have got hit an inch here, I could have buffed it out. But since your wife hit it where she hit it, I gotta remove the quarter panel, I gotta take out the trunk, remove the seats, the engine's gotta go. What? Man, I'm just spitballing here, but 21 grand. Don't quote me on that. I haven't removed anything, but that's what I'm guessing from the start. We had to pull over at night at a gas station. My biggest fear, getting murdered at a gas station, pumping gas. Because we all have our gas stations that we go to. It's your primary one. You go there, and that's your one. When you go out of your neighborhood and you got to pull into some weird one at midnight, like when you leave here tonight, if you're low on gas, you pull into a weird neighborhood you don't know, you got to be on high alert. As soon as you get out of the car, you got to ask yourself, where's the murder coming from tonight? You never give yourself a full tank at night. You give yourself just enough. $2, couple squirts. Let's keep this thing going. Now, this one we pulled in, the credit card machine didn't work. So now I got to go in that death hut. That little mini mart. You ever go into a mini mart at midnight? It's a pit stop for criminals. They commit crime and then they stop off to grab a Slurpee on their way home. So my wife's in the car. She has no idea the scenario I have created outside the vehicle. Now, through the open window, I said to my wife, hey, listen up. Dial 911 on that phone. Put your thumb on send. Hop in the driver's seat. Roll all the windows down. If you see me sprint out of the mini-mart, gun it, and I'll dive in the car. She's like, oh my God, what's going on? I said I'm going in the mini-mart. It's midnight. I could get murdered at any minute out here, and you're playing words with friends? Shut it down. You ever approach that thing? You don't even know if it's open half of the time. You get out of the car and you stop in your tracks. You're like, is this place open? You're just looking for a head, something. Somebody taking a Dorito bag. Any sign of life in there. And you open the door. You're sometimes even surprised it opened. The floor is always wet. Why is the floor drenched at a gas station at midnight? Are they mopping up from the last murder? Why is it wet? Now I walk in, right? Stand in line, looking around. Those of you who do Krav Maga, it's called situational awareness. You look at everything in front of you, try and figure out what's happening, nonverbals. It's always a guy by the Gatorades, just kind of looking in the Gatorade. I'm waiting for him to just reload. I'm not getting murdered at a gas station. I keep to myself. I'm barely working out at this age. I've been doing the same workout since '89. I just go to the gym, couple biceps, some chest. I start beating, I get the hell out of the gym. I ain't sweating through clothing. Those days are done. Maybe if I'm feeling good, I'll hit the treadmill. I did that last week. Got on my treadmill there, and there was 8 empty treadmills next to me. So I put it on a 5.0. Now, it's not too high. It's not too slow. It's a valet jog. Let me go get your Mercedes. Then a guy comes right next to me on the treadmill next to me, right? Eight treadmills, he's gonna pick this one. This is the problem with me. I can't pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm honed in on everyone else. Especially if they get near me, I start looking at what this guy is up to. I'm giving him a side view. And he's not starting the machine. I'm getting bothered. I'm like, guy, start your machine. You're screwing up what I'm doing over here. He's stretching out on the treadmill. Now listen, there's a place for this. In the gym, there's a stretch out area. Okay, I don't go to the stretch out area and run around people. You don't bring your stretch to the mill. So you ever look at a treadmill, they got a bunch of different compartments? I always wonder, who's using all this storage? This is the guy they built the treadmill for. This guy's emptying his life into these little bins. The change, the iPhone, the wallet, the keys. He brought an iPad. He brought a cinema to the gym. Then he put his little bitch buds in. Then he cranked it up to 15. I didn't even know the damn thing went this high. The manufacturer said, yeah, leave it at 15. No one's gonna do that. But this guy's sprinting fast. You ever see people on a treadmill? They run fast and hard. Like the whole gym could hear them running. It's like a sock is gonna fly off at any minute. Then he pulled this one. He just rested on the side and let the thing. Just do what we are doing. Don't do some weird workout that you saw. I've never seen this before. He had like a water backpack. Like that you would see in the desert. He had a backpack filled with water and then a tube that he could just sip. Then he dropped it down. Then he pulled this one. He turned towards me. Now he starts side skipping. Oh my God. I cannot run on a treadmill with another grown man looking right at me, doing side skips. Now, my immediate reaction is to yell. That's how I grew up. High volume. I'd come home with a flat tire on my bicycle. My father would be like, "What the fuck is this? I don't know. I didn't see the nail." My wife grew up with a mother that was more forgiving. This accidents happen. Just as long as you were not injured, we could always replace it. My father was like, "Guess who's walking this summer?" Can't get you nothing nice.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good to be in a relationship. It all starts at the first date. That's the big date, right? Normally go out for dinner. What the guy does, ladies, at the dinner date, he's just trying to figure out how much the bill is in his head before it comes to the table. And when I went out for sushi, I have no idea what sushi costs. Chicken, salad, steak, I know what that goes for. A dynamite roll? I have no idea what the hell that is. So I can't really guess what the price is. But the bill came, I'm thinking, that's about 120 bucks. And I do the quick peek. That's what we do on that first date. We don't look at it like it's a life insurance policy, right? We act like it didn't even come, you know. So I saw the total, $256. Yeah. Ooh. I closed it, and then I started sweating on the inside of my body. Because on that first date, you can't let on that total might bother you, right? You just have to take that poker face. But if you've been dating for a while, or you're married, and you get a bill like that, you'll flip it over. Can you believe this crap? But what the hell did you eat? You better take a good look at this place. We're not coming back here again. Take a look at the art. Lick the plate. Take the wasabi home. Steal something. Take a dish. Put it in your purse. They're not looking. Put it in your purse. But no, they told me you got to go to a salon. That's where you got to go. They do it in a way it doesn't look like it's going, right? And most guys, what do? Barber. Nothing fancy. Just one guy, 12 bucks. Does everything. Cuts it, cleans it, does everything. He's got his combs and the blue juice. Anybody ever ask what that blue juice is? What is that? You ever see him whip out the comb? Okay, we're going to comb your hair. Hey, you want to get the acid off the comb? That's why it's falling out. So I go to this high-end Beverly Hills salon, right? And you drop a normal guy into a salon, we don't even know what we're doing in there, right? Because ladies, you know, you spend the day there, you know how it works. We don't know what we're doing in there. It's very intimidating. I walked in, all the women that worked there had a headset on. I thought I walked into a Rhythm Nation video. They came out to edit. gonna come up to and ask for your stylist? Yeah. Not a normal name. It's just some guy, some foreign guy. You don't even know how to pronounce. Hi, excuse me. I'm here for Damo. Is that a guy with? And Damo's so busy he can't even come out to see you. Right? He sends out an assistant. She comes out. Hi, Sebastian. Welcome to Schwa Schwa. Would you like to go in the back and change? I'm getting my hair cut, right? When the hell did you get naked to get a haircut? When did this start? I didn't get the memo. Because they put you in a room with these beautiful robes. I take off my shirt, I put the robe on, I'm like, what am I doing? I come back in the salon, nobody tells you where to go. Just walking around. Damo here? Walked into the area where they wash you. They got all the washing set up. Playmate model comes out. Beautiful woman comes out. She's like, hi, Sebastian. Can I wash your head? Yeah, let's get this started. What do I do for this? So I got the robot? So I sit down in the bowl. She puts my head down and she starts giving me a beautiful sensual massage, and then like a nipple fell in my mouth. I was like, how much does this cost? Now she dries me. Now you got that dry head and a robe. She puts me back into the salon, still no direction, just, Damo here? I go to Damo's station, it's like a shrine. His chair's elevated. I sit in the chair, no Damo. Waiter came up to me. Can I get you a biscotti? Some cappuccino? What, now? I'm getting my hair cut. And some smoke started in the corner. Comes Damo. A cape. He's got his shears in a holster. Says Damo. He took his shears out. And he walked away. Like, this is over? And then he came back with product. They love the product. They love the upsell, right? Come back with a little thing, right? Hey, you can't even get this in the States, you know? What? And he did that little whip, what they do, a little... Okay. Yeah, like they're gonna make a pizza. Okay, we're gonna do it, right? Yeah, so... Then he starts going in on my head. I'm sitting there, what? And after it's done, you're just sitting there looking at yourself. You're like, God, I look fantastic. It's the best $1,800 I've ever spent. Because with your iPod, you got everything right here, whatever. Workout music, whatever. One button, you got it. Yeah. God forbid if you're still working with cassette. Remember the tape? Put that in your yellow waterproof Walkman? Right? Why was that waterproof? Anybody ever go swimming with that damn thing on? Anybody ever dive in a pool? Give me my Walkman, I'm going under. Took you all afternoon to find a song on a cassette tape. You'd be sitting there. It's not on this tape. Where is it? He told me it was on the Maxell 90. Where is it? 90 minutes of music they gave us, remember? And they bumped it up. They gave us 120, 2 hours. Yeah, I didn't know what to do. I was calling my friends, dude, 2 hours of music. Where are they going with this stuff? Now I got my friends with the iPod. Hey, Sebastian, I got 79 weeks of music right here. There was no iTunes back then. You like a song tonight, you'll burn it when you get home. You'll get that song. Not 20 years ago, I had to wait 4 or 5 weeks. That damn thing came on the radio, right? And I always had my cassette in the radio. Right? I didn't know when my song was coming on. I had to be ready. I could have been washing my car, right? Hear my song. That's it, that's it. Got it. 4 weeks I've been waiting for this to come on. Sometimes we got the DJ introduction on it. Remember that? You're like, oh, I got the intro now. Oh, man, they're not going to think I bought it. Then we fill up the tape. It's label time. Got to label it. Take it, peel off side A, right? Put that on the tape. Give it some stupid name we thought was so cool. Hot Hits. Mega Mix. Remember that little sleeve they gave you? A little cassette sleeve that you're supposed to turn around and write the name of the artist and the song? They give you about this much room to do all that. Be sitting there writing the song, and then you have to whip it down the side. Wham. I'm in a text message war right now. Anybody do text messaging? Never knew I had the option. Get in a fight with your girlfriend. You'll find out what text messaging is all about. I left the house, a little envelope came up on the screen. I'm like, what is this? It's a message from her. I pressed it. It's like, why have you changed? And I didn't know there was rules to text messaging. I called her back. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, what the hell are you doing? We're not ready for this. Hang up and text me back. I'm not good with the thumb. And there's a thing on here that will help you out called T9 word. It will actually guess what you're trying to say. Yeah, don't use this drunk. Don't come home horny, drunk. You want to text your girl a sexy message? Look what you're typing before you send it. I didn't look. I just, I got a call right back. She's like, what do you mean you want to kick my puppy? Because we love the phone. We love this thing. I saw you guys coming in, looking at it. If it doesn't ring, 5-10 minutes go by, you get nervous. You take it out, you're like, is this on? What is... Just dying for a call. And they give you so many options. Anybody using any of these options? Anybody using the world clock? Anybody ever stop you? Excuse me, time is in Japan, please? Voice memo. Who's walking around town? Buy eggs. We just love hitting buttons, don't we? Love it. You ever get into stuff that you don't even know what the hell you're getting into? You ever get into starting web browser by accident? Phone starts connecting, you start sweating, you're like, I gotta get out of this. This is at least $82 a minute. I know it. It's connecting. Phone is shaking. I drop my phone. You ever do that? Drop it. It like happens in slow motion. Came out of the pocket. You try and catch it, but you can't. And my battery flew off. You ever have the battery flew off? For some reason, we think this thing's got a heartbeat. Like we got to put it together within seconds. Like, oh my God, the battery, come on, breathe! Because with your iPod, you got everything right here, you know, whatever. Workout music, whatever. One button, you got it. Yeah. God forbid if you're still working with cassette. Remember the tape? Put that in your yellow waterproof Walkman. Right? Why was that waterproof? Anybody ever go swimming with that damn thing on? Anybody ever dive in a pool? Give me my Walkman, I'm going under. Took you all afternoon to find a song on a cassette tape. You'd be sitting there. It's not on this tape. Where is it? You told me it was on the Max L90. Where is it? 90 minutes of music they gave us, remember? And they bumped it up. They gave us 120, 2 hours. Yeah, I didn't know what to do. I was calling my friends, dude, 2 hours of music. Where are they going with this stuff? Now I got my friends with the iPod. Hey, Sebastian, I got 79 weeks of music right here. There was no iTunes back then. You like a song tonight, you'll burn it when you get home. You'll get that song. Not 20 years ago, I had to wait 4 or 5 weeks. That damn thing came on the radio, right? And I always had my cassette in the radio. Right? I didn't know when my song was coming on. I had to be ready. I could have been washing my car, right? Hear my song. That's it, that's it. Got it. 4 weeks I've been waiting for this to come on. Sometimes we got the DJ introduction on it, remember that? You're like, oh, I got the intro now. Oh, man, they're not going to think I bought it. Then we fill up the tape. It's label time. Got to label it. Take it, peel off side A, right? Put that on the tape. Give it some stupid name we thought was so cool. Hot Hits. Mega Mix. Remember that little sleeve they gave you? A little cassette sleeve that you're supposed to turn around and write the name of the artist and the song? They give you about this much room to do all that. Be sitting there writing the song, and then you have to whip it down the side. Wham.
It's nightclubs. Go to the bathroom at a nightclub. That's a whole different subculture in the bathroom. They got a bathroom attendant in the bathroom. They put this guy in there about 15 years ago. And his sole job is to give you a towel after you're done washing your hands from here to your hands. Now, I don't know if that was a problem for people. I don't know if people were coming out of the bathroom wet. What do I do? I'm wet. So management said, you know, listen, they're not grasping the concept. They're coming out, they're drenched, they're soaked. We need to put a guy in there to distribute towels. And as soon as you walk in and you see him, you get pissed off that he's even there, right? You walk in, you see him, you're like, oh, God! They got a guy? It's weird. Now you gotta talk to him after you're done. You're like, yeah, it smells like crap in here, huh? And you gotta tip them $1 for the towel. For what? I could see if I took a crap in the sink. There you go, man. Sorry about that. A little screwed up tonight. You want to wash that out? Maybe light a match, some Febreze, a candle, do something. I'll give you $1. That's what we do, though. Dating in the beginning's cute, though. God, everything's adorable, isn't it? Nobody could do any wrong. You guys been dating for a while? Yeah, a year. It's cute, right? There's no arguments. Everything's adorable. He walks in the kitchen. She's got like a little broccoli hanging off her head. It's the cutest thing he's ever seen. He comes in, he's still flirting. He's like, baby, you gotta... You got a piece of broccoli hanging off your head. She flirts right back. She's like, oh, sorry. All right, you get married, you have kids. That ain't funny anymore. Little things are pissing you off about that person. Never bothered you in the beginning, right? Now little things, just the way somebody brushes their teeth in the morning could set you off. You walk in, you look at them in the mirror, you're like, oh, look at this shit. I hate you. Driving, that's another thing I can't do. You ever get behind someone, they're not moving? They're not moving, right? You're like, come on. Right? You're like, you change into an animal. Right? You're just looking for the pass lane. You're looking to pass them. And it seems like it's days. It takes days for this to happen. But you'll finally get it, right? You'll finally get it. But as you pass, you can't let this go. As you pass them, you have to turn and look to see who the hell is driving this way. You can't go to bed at night without putting a face to that miles per hour. And I don't know what happens to us. As we pass, we lose it. We're like, what the hell are you doing? Sometimes you want to just slow up so they could see the face. You pull up and you're like, look at what you did to me. I was happy a mile ago. Look at this transformation. Then you would go to the bar, because that song would come in that nobody could dance to, right? That song would always pop on. Like, I can't dance to this. Can't dance to Whitesnake. Let's go get a drink at the bar. So you would go to the bar. This is where you would have to have a little personality. Flirt with her, right? So I grew up with a bunch of guys. We were all funny. That's all we do. Make fun. Goof around with girls, make them laugh. Girls would be like, you guys are funny. I'd be like, yeah, I know. You would go in for the kill, you would get the number. Like, why don't you write your number down on a napkin? I'll take you out for steak next week, huh? And you would get the number on a napkin. It was kind of damp. Right? The ink would bleed a little bit. Before you left the club, you had to ask, excuse me, sweetheart, is this a 7? Did you write a 7? You give your number out now, 5 minutes later, you get a text message. What are you doing? What do you mean what I'm doing? I just met you. Back off. It's all changing, man. And if you want to see a big change and see what's happening in the United States, get called in for jury duty. Last week, I was at jury duty the whole week. Am I the only one going to this stuff? I call my friends, you going? Nah, we shredded. What? So I go 7:30 in the morning, right? 300 people. Right? You sit there in this little room, right? And I don't know, man, we're in trouble as a country. If you want to get a temperature gauge on what society is looking like, go to jury duty. They say it's a jury of your peers. The people there are one step away from being a defendant. Now, nobody knows how to follow instruction. The guy's up there. It's simple. Name. Okay, name, right? Address. And people are like, Then he opens it up for questions. Any questions? Worst thing you could do to the general public is start opening up a question session. The hands that shot, this woman's shoulder almost popped off. People love to hear themselves speak. I have a medical condition. Nobody gives a shit. Fill out the form and go to the courtroom. The guy next to me in broken English asked me how to put his name tag into the laminate. And I'm like, you're gonna determine? Whether somebody goes to prison and you're having problems with the name badge? I was sitting in my house a couple weeks ago, just relaxing. My doorbell rang. This is weird. It's a different feeling when your doorbell rings today opposed to 20 years ago, right? 20 years ago, your doorbell rang, that was a happy moment in your house. It's called company. You'd be sitting there on a Thursday night watching TV. Your doorbell rang, the whole family shot off the couch. Oh my God! Put the lights on, somebody's here. We got people. The whole family went to the door. The kids were in socks. They slid up to the door. Nobody looked to see who it was. Right? You just opened up the door. You were like, oh my God, look at that. Look at us here. And you'd ask him, what the hell are you doing here? And the person would be like, I was in the neighborhood. I thought I might stop by, see how the kids are doing. They're like, oh, come on in. We're gonna have some cake. Your mother had a little Entenmann's. Maybe some Sara Lee crumble cake. Just in case company came over. She made an announcement when she bought it. She's like, listen, nobody touch this cake. This is for company only. Those crap muffins, those are for you people. You better hope to God somebody comes over so we could cut the cake. She put her cake in the middle of the table, proud of it. Right? She put it right in the middle. Cut yourself a slice. Want a cup of coffee? We're gonna do want some Sanka? Yeah, that's old school. A lot of the young kids are looking at me like, what is that, an iPhone app? What the hell is Sanka? Your mother had a tin, brown and orange tin of Sanka, ready to go just in case the company. She put a big pot on the table. Go ahead. Nobody had a cell phone back then. If your house phone did ring, your father stood up and said, "Nobody get that phone. We got company." And you lost track of time. 2 hours went by. You were like, "We got to get out of here." That's okay. Next time we're going to come by you. Be like, "Yeah, my door's always open." Now your doorbell rings? It's like, what the fuck? All right, your own mother's crawling across the kitchen floor. Get down, my army crawl. Army crawl, get in the closet. Go get the sword in the living room. Somebody get the sword underneath the couch in the living room. There's a sword. Every time you come out of the pharmacy, there's always a homeless guy there. I don't know why this is. I love to give to the homeless, don't get me wrong, but I get attacked 9, 10 times a day for change. I don't have this type of change for the demand. So I give, but I give once a day. And how I base it and how they approach me. The guy today had an amazing approach, okay? Beautiful posture. Made direct eye contact, came up, asked me very nice. He's like, "Hey, you got a couple quarters? I'm down on my luck." I said, "There you go, man. Sorry to hear that." He walked his way, I walked mine. There was no problem. But sometimes they scare the crap out of you, right? They'll fall out of a bush. They got some screwed up wall. Why am I gonna give you anything? You took no time with your presentation. You got 24 hours a day, and this is the best you could come up with? Now you gotta plan the wedding. Now, I come from an Italian family. Italians do it a lot different than most people when it comes to weddings, okay? Italians don't register at Bed Bath & Beyond. We don't bring a toaster to a wedding. Italians bring cash, okay? We put it in an envelope. Sometimes there's not even a card. There's just cash with a Post-it note. Congrats. Now, the bride and groom know they're getting cash. They're sitting there with a satin bag that says cash in diamonds. And people walk in and, they start making a deposit. Now, some people don't give the cash right away. They hold on to it. They wait till dinner's served. Right, they go to dinner, they'll have the dinner, they're eating the chicken. Right, they go, "The chicken's kind of dry, take 100 out of the envelope." "The food stinks, take 100 out." Then at the end of the wedding, the bride and groom, they go up to the room, and before they do anything, they start opening up these envelopes. Now, the groom takes out a black logbook. And what they're gonna do, they're gonna log the amount and the name in of everybody that came to the wedding, right? So the guy will be, "What'd the Pantangelis leave?" She's like, $10. Like, cheap bastard, $10. The reason for this book is when the Pantangelis get married, you go back to the book and you look Pantangeli. Put 10 singles in that envelope and tell them to screw themselves. I did it. My father, cash. That's all he had, a wad of cash growing up. No wallet, just a wad, just a big knot with a broccoli band around the wad. We'd negotiate. My father would negotiate prices at Sears. It was embarrassing to go shopping with the guy. The salesman didn't know what the hell was going on. The salesman, like, the refrigerator's gonna be about $1,200 here. My father would be like, no, it's not. We're gonna pay cash. And the salesman was like, yeah, we accept cash, sir, $1,200. But they were like, cash. What's the price gonna be with cash? It's not a flea market, we're at Sears. I didn't grow up in a huge family, right? Just I have a sister. That's what we do, though. Dating in the beginning's cute, though. God, everything's adorable, isn't it? Nobody could do any wrong. You guys been dating for a while? Yeah, a year. It's cute, right? There's no arguments. Everything's adorable. He walks in the kitchen. She's got like a little broccoli hanging off her head. It's the cutest thing he's ever seen. He comes in, he's still flirting. He's like, baby, you gotta... You got a piece of broccoli hanging off your head. She flirts right back. She's like, oh, sorry. You get married, you have kids, that ain't funny anymore. Little things are pissing you off about that person. Never bothered you in the beginning, right? Now little things, just the way somebody brushes their teeth in the morning could set you off. You walk in, you look at them in the mirror, you're like, oh, look at this shit. Right? You might get engaged. It's the next step. Now, most guys, I like a classic, go to a knee. That's what I think men should do. Drop to one knee. I think that's what about 90% of the guys do, right? As soon as the guy goes to the knee, as soon as he does this, the girl sees what's happening. She gets excited. She's like, all right, guy will drop down. He'll get a little emotional. He's like, you know, baby, we've been dating for 18 years, you know? I know you're 48, you probably can't have kids anymore. I think I'm done clubbing. I think I should maybe settle down, you know? And you put the ring on her finger, and she's like, Cat? Yes. Some guys get stupid with it, right? They'll be out at dinner, they'll be sitting there, and the guy will be like, look in the mashed potatoes. Yes. My friends all have kids. They're always asking me, Sebastian, when are you? And I go, I don't know if I want kids. They're like, what? Oh, so no. Sebastian, kids are a miracle. It's an amazing thing. Once you have one of your own, it's not about you anymore. It's about them. Why the hell would I want to do that? And it's not the kids I got a problem with. It's the parents today. It's a different parent than how we grew up. First of all, is everybody's kid fantastic? Why is everybody bragging about their kids? Don't we have any dumb kids anymore? My parents were honest with people. They never bragged about me. We went to the aunts and the uncles. As soon as we walked in, my father was like, yeah, we don't know what the hell's wrong with him. I don't know, something's off with this kid. Something's loose. Look at
how big his head is. Look at the head on this kid.
All right, they put me in the go in the basement, play Pong. All right. Now I got my friends always coming over with the kids, bragging, Sebastian, she's so advanced. She's reading at a 4th grade level. She's only in 2nd grade. Show Sebastian the face. Show the face you make. I don't give a shit. If your kid could fly from my backyard to the front yard, yeah, I might want to see that. She's unbelievable. How's it happening? But whatever your kid does, nobody cares. They got their kid in every sport nowadays, every activity. What are you doing? The kid's exhausted. Pick one thing for this kid to do. But no, the father, the mother can't fathom that the child just might not be good at something. It's never the kid's fault for lack of talent. It's the coach. You ever get this family? They gotta complain to the coach. They come up to the coach. Coach, wanna come here? Yeah. Hi, we're the Gibsons. Just wondering why my child Tyler's not participating in the game with the rest of the kids. 'Cause he stinks. That's why we got a bench. Something's going on in the country. It's got to be the internet. It's got to be the internet. Internet's bringing out people we never even knew existed. 30 years ago, these people never left the house. They were in their basement talking to themselves. Just, They didn't leave. They had no outlet. Now you give them the internet, they have an outlet to the rest of the world. Now they're in chat rooms. Where are people getting the time to do half of the stuff they're doing online? People are living on the computer, writing reviews on restaurants that they go to. You got nothing going on with your life. I don't know, me and my wife, we go out to dinner. I'll tell her right there, salmon sucked. Let's get the fuck out of here. That's it. We don't run home and tattletale on the restaurant. Who's got this time to write an 18-page essay on asparagus? Who's doing this? This internet, there's something for everybody, right? You got some weird fetish, some weird thing you do? Look at how weird it just got in here, huh? Some of you are into this type of behavior. But if you like something weird, if you're an adult, you like to dress up as a baby, there's a website for you. 30 years ago, if you like to dress up as a baby, nobody knew that. You did that in the privacy of your own home. If you ever came out of your house with a diaper on, your neighbor would go, look at this shit, call the FBI, get this shit out of the neighborhood, right? It was handled. But today, just throw it up in the Google. I like to dress up as a baby. Next thing you know, they're at the Hilton on a Saturday with 863 people that like to do this shit.